99.7 DJX, the Ben Davis and Kelly K Show podcast.
Supplying every demand.
On demand.
So a little while ago, I'm talking with my best friend from college, and he and I we got into this like wormhole of talking about this guy who used to live in our basement. We had an apartment off campus. He just would live in our basement. We would never see him.
Was he a friend, or was he just like a renter?
Well, he was a friend of him, of my best friends. And so, I mean, I was friendly with him, but he and I didn't really know each other that well, but we never saw him. Like, he would stay in the basement and he'd only come out to leave. And then when he'd come back in, he wouldn't say hi, wouldn't say anything. He'd go back into, his basement. And so we're like,
it's really bizarre.
It is very bizarre, right?
Especially if he was friends with your best friend.
Right. So we got into this. So it got me thinking about just awkward living arrangements. And I threw it up on Facebook a little while ago. And there were some funny responses. Like from a listener who wrote, try living with your husband, your boyfriend, and your husband's girlfriend all at the same time.
Oh, listen, that sounds kind of complicated. Like a schedule needs to be made or something.
Erica wrote, awkward living situation. Try living with your ex-husband who had an affair but wouldn't move. And your new boyfriend moves in.
Oh, wow!
And
you know what? I kind of support that because karma.
Yeah, Erica then writes, and we all have history from when we were teens, so those two didn't really care for each other.
Oh, no! Oh, wow. Listen, now, again, schedules, I feel like, need to be made so that you don't, end up in the kitchen at the same time or something. Right? I mean, how awkward!
I mean, times are tough, So, sometimes you need the extra rent money helps, right?
I don't think you could pay me enough to be in that situation. I don't want to be any of those players.
A lot of people wrote living with my in-laws. Awkward living arrangements. Yeah.
I know some people doing that right now, but it's actually not bad.
Right, exactly. I mean, it just depends on your in-laws, I guess. Another wrote, being a newlywed, living with my in-laws that didn't believe in bedroom doors.
Oh, yeah.
All the bedrooms were in earshot of one another.
Oh, my God. Who does that? Who does that?
Wait for the kicker. My mother-in-law actually got in my drawer while I was at work and took my lingerie.
Oh, my God.
Not to wear. She threw it away and said things like that wouldn't be in her house. So.
Oh, goodness. See, immediately. Why was I thinking that the mother-in-law was wearing it first?
Wearing it, I know.
It's just, kind of funny. What an invasion of privacy.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh, people have doors.
I know, but awkward living arrangements. Another person says, my husband, then boyfriend, owned a house, rented half to his best friend. The best friend happened to be my ex-boyfriend.
Oh, man.
When I stayed there, talk about awkward. Then we got engaged and he had to move out, LOL.
LOL. Wow. So what one little tidbit she left out was the boyfriend or the fiance aware of the history there?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I just I enjoyed. We'll do one more, but awkward living arrangements. I think everybody's had these where again, it's like times are tough. Sometimes it's just nice to have the extra income, or your relationship with your partner ends. And you're not in a financial situation to be like, well, I can't really get a place of my own yet, so we're just going to continue living together.
We're going to ride this out.
Exactly.
We're going to try to keep our own zones.
Exactly. So this last one from a listener. Living with my ex and at the same time, my fiance. Then broke up with my fiance, and we all still lived in the same under the same roof.
Wait a second. So now she's living with two exes?
Yes. So he was living with her ex. At the same time, her fiance. Then she breaks up with her fiance, and so then she's living with her ex and her fiance at the same time. So,
wow.
She says, I stayed in my room, or I was gone a lot. I can imagine.
That sounds awful.
Anyways, if you want to chime in, it's kind of a fun thread on Facebook. You might have to go back a little bit at Ben and Kelly Show.